Everyone, very welcome to ICTP, very welcome to Trieste. It's a great pleasure to see you. A lot of familiar faces. I would like to say old friends, but of course they're not old, they're just friends. And also a lot of young, new faces, which is fantastic to see. Maybe some of you the first time at ICTP. So to open this wonderful event, I want to give a little, my name is Stefano LUZZATTO. I'm a research scientist here at ICTP, so I want to give you a little welcome and a little introduction to ICTP and to some of the activities that we have here before we get into the mathematics of the event, because for many of you, maybe for some of you, this is new. So ICTP is an institute with a mission. That's why I care to tell you about this. It was founded by Abdus Salam, who was a physicist from Pakistan, in the 1960s, so last year was the 60th anniversary of ICTP. And Abdus Salam founded it with the mission of fostering growth of physics and mathematics research, especially in developing countries. He came from Pakistan, and he realized the additional problems that scientists face with isolation and resources, and he wanted to create a hub that could bring together people from scientists from all countries to discuss. So we have a lot of programs, we have a lot of research areas, high energy, condensed matter, earth systems physics, quantitative biology, high performance computing, renewable energy, and of course, mathematics. It's a small group. This is the mathematics group. So we have various areas, Claudio Arezzo, geometric analysis, and the others. And this does not mean that these are the only areas where activity is held at ICTP. We have lots of programs, also a lot of events in other areas that external people can organize, and there can be visitors that come and work on different projects. It's just, this is in some sense the staff that is in charge of coordinating and organizing all the activities. In particular, we have research and training facilities in the sense that we have supervision, and we have schools and conferences like this one at ICTP. We also have a very well-known pre-PhD diploma program that takes 10 students every year, and a PhD program. We have visiting fellowships, postdocs, and an associates and federation scheme for more senior people who want to come and visit ICTP for certain periods of time. So I don't want to go into details of this because it's best that you just go to the website of ICTP and you can find out all the information. We also have various external activities of which I'm going to talk about a little bit more. And in fact, so first of all, yes, the group in dynamical systems here is a very small group, but I'm the only kind of permanent staff. Then we have Jernej Cinch, who should be here, from Slovenia, as a senior postdoc, dividing his time between ICTP and Maribor in Slovenia. Hamza Unezli is a postdoc from Algeria. Rubio Te Gunawan from Indonesia is my PhD student. And Rizwan Ullah is actually now moved to KTH and is a co-supervision with Liviana Palmisano. And we have various ICTP associates. Some of them are here. Yuri Lima, Luna Lomonaco, Mauricio Poletti. I'm sorry that this year they happen to be all from Brazil. It's a coincidence. It's not usually like that. It's just happened like that. But everyone is welcome to apply. And there is also a STEP program called Sandwich Training Educational Program, in which PhD students in other countries have a kind of co-supervisor and spend a few months every year in ICTP. So the thing that I want to spend a little bit more time talking about is the program that has absorbed 90% of my energy in the last several years. It's a very big program and something that is very important, and I think it is relevant. Also, some of you might want to be involved in different capacities. This is called the International Mathematics Master Program, IMM. And the essence of this program is that it's a full two-year master's program in fundamental mathematics, by which I mean, geometry, analysis, algebra, and so on. It is hosted by an established institution in the global south, in some sense, in a developing country. but it is taught not only by local, but in a very important way by international faculty who visit that institution. And it is, in some sense, an elite program in the sense that it's a very small program. It's meant to take the best 10 or 20 students in the region. But when I use the word elite, I always get a little bit nervous. I also want to emphasize that it is not an elitist in the sense that all the students receive scholarships. It's an intrinsic feature of the program for this. And this program has been running since 2019 in Pakistan, so it's already been 5 or 6 years in 2 different universities. Then this year we opened a new branch in Algeria, IMM Algeria, and we are preparing, very likely we have some very concrete discussions for opening a 3rd branch in Vietnam from next year. So the vision of IMM is to be a network of institutions, to be several institutions, and to offer an internationally competitive MSc. This is very important. So when we go to Pakistan and Algeria or any country we go to, the key point is to have an MSc program whose standard, academic standards, is the same as any program in Europe. So a lot of students, ambitious, talented students from these countries, they want to come to Europe or go to the US or various countries where the level of these academic programs is higher, but we want to bring the same level to these countries so that there's more access for the students there. And of course, when there's a lot of, so we're talking about 10 to 12 international professors going during 1 year. Each one goes for 2 weeks, so it's a lot of visiting international professors there, so really these become hubs of creative teaching and research. So I will not go into detail, but this is based on an innovative teaching model because it's not easy to have visiting teachers, but I will not discuss it in detail now, and also sustainable business model. So this is not, this is about the host university basically carrying the cost of this. It does not need, continuous funding from the foundation. So I think these 2 are 2 key features which make this program quite unique and different from any other programs. So we have a lot of partnerships, of course. This is not something that you can do alone, with a lot of organizations, the IMU, the MS, SIMPA, and you've noticed that also the ICTP is there. So just from a formal administrative point of view, IMM is not actually an ICTP program. So ICTP is formally what's called an associazione registered in Italy, which is like a foundation, basically, but it has very close ties, and we're in the process of actually signing an MOU with ICTP. The directors at the moment, besides myself, are Peter Stevenhagen and Charlene Kalle, both from Leiden. And in fact, Peter Stevenhagen is here now, so I just wanted him to come and introduce himself just for a minute here. Yeah, you can say
it.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, well, I won't take much of your time. So I'm Peter Stevenhagen, and you can understand from that name that I'm not from Italy. So we're not completely dominated by Italians. Also, Charlene Kalle is from Leiden in the Netherlands. And this structure is because even though IMM is the brainchild of Stefano and takes 90% of his energy, he has a lot of energy, and also 90% of that is still a lot, but it needs even more than that. So 2 Dutchmen have been added. And about IMM, I think I've been doing things like SIMPA schools. This is something really different. We actually tried to establish masters in countries that wouldn't easily get a master of that level without help from outside. And it offers what we do actually, it's their master. We are just an intermediate. We offer advice, we do consultancy, and we have teachers. So you are also potential teachers, all of you. If you're interested to teach for 2 weeks in Pakistan or in Algeria or maybe upcoming Vietnam in the future, make sure that your name is on this list, which is on the website, and you essentially apply and we contact you, and it's something, if you want to know more about it, just contact us. I think that's enough for now. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter. Yes, so we have a website. It is still internationalmathematicsmaster.org. It is not yet complete. Please be forgiving and understanding. We're still working on the website. But as Peter said, this really is an association of volunteers, and we really welcome volunteers who would like to teach, also volunteers who would like to work on the organizational and administrative part, of which there's a lot. And also, if many of you know students who might be interested in applying. So for this year, we've closed the application for September, but for next year, please let people know. You know, the programs are in Algeria and Pakistan, but they're also international students are very welcome, and we have scholarships also for students from any country. So I'm here for these 2 weeks. If you have any questions, you can ask me personally at any time. So let me finish with just a few words on this event. Then I think maybe it was one of the actual organizers will say a little bit more. But one thing I want to emphasize as your host in some sense is that we have 180 speakers and participants from 40 different countries. And I think that is just fantastic. And I can just see most of you here. And I don't know if it's the biggest, maybe Danijela was saying it is, but I'm pretty confident it's the most international Beyond Uniform Hyperbolicity conference that's been. That's a series of conferences that's been already for almost 20 years, I think. There will be a lot of different events. There will be mini courses, plenary talks, parallel sessions, lightning talks, poster sessions. So it's a very varied form to allow as many of you as possible to both present your own ideas and research and also to listen to other people's ideas and research. A brief comment about the parallel sessions is that, of course, the parallel sessions, which are in the afternoons, one of them will be in this lecture hall, another one will be in another lecture hall, which is on the first floor, which is on the floor above this one. It's called Euler-Lagrange, but we will give you instructions for that, right? So it's 2 different classes. But the most important part of the program is that there is 2 welcome receptions. One of them is tomorrow at 7 o'clock. Another one is at the beginning of the second week on Monday, both of them at 7 o'clock. And both of them will be on the terrace of the Adriatico guest house, which is one of the guest houses of ICTP, which is, some of you must be staying there, but others are probably staying in Galileo. I know many of you are staying in town. Adriatico is by the sea. Okay, you can easily find it. It's about a 10-minute walk from here. And there's a terrace, which is very nice, overlooking the sea. So we thought, even though it's a little walk, it would be nicer to have the reception there. So tomorrow at 7 o'clock will be the first reception. And finally, let me also remind you all that you are in Trieste. Trieste is a very beautiful city. So some of you are staying in town, but those of you who are not, I encourage you to go, right? So Trieste is only a bus ride away. It's very easy to go in 20 minutes. It's bus regularly every time. So I encourage you to take advantage of your time here to go and visit the city and just relax. It's a very lively city in the evening. There's loads of people around, and you can walk around, and it's very nice to do that. Okay, so welcome to this event, and welcome to Trieste especially, and I hope you have a great time. Thank you.